stop scrolling for a second and listen to me. You don't need another quick fix. You don't need another 5-minute motivational video to give you a temporary surge of dopamine that disappears the second you close your phone. You don't need another aesthetic quote on your feed while your daily routine stays completely broken. What you need right now is a reality check that forces you to wake up to your own potential. The reason you feel stuck, restless, or dissatisfied with where you are isn't because you lack talent. It's not because you lack opportunities or because the world is unfairly rigged against you. It is because you're constantly choosing short-term comfort over long-term respect. Every single day, you make a series of small, quiet choices. You choose to snooze the alarm. You choose to waste hours staring at a screen. You choose to postpone the hard tasks until tomorrow. And then you wonder why your life isn't changing. Let's be completely honest with each other. No one is coming to save you. No mentor is going to walk through your door and do the heavy lifting for you. No lucky break is going to fix your habits, pay off your mental debt, or build your character while you sit back and wait. The life you constantly dream about is sitting directly on the other side of the uncomfortable work you are actively avoiding every single day. Look at your life right now. Look at your habits, your energy, and the results you have achieved over the last 6 months. Everything you see around you is the direct result of the choices you made when no one was watching. It is easy to blame your circumstances, your upbringing, your past mistakes, or the people who didn't believe in you. And maybe those obstacles were real. Maybe life hit you harder than it hit others. But continuously blaming the storm will never rebuild your house. At some point, you have to look yourself in the mirror and take absolute, unconditioned responsibility for your life. Not because it's entirely your fault, but because taking responsibility is the only way you take back your power. We live in a world obsessed with instant results. Everyone wants the success, the peace of mind, and the physical shape, but almost no one wants to endure the quiet silence required to build those things. Nobody wants the months where progress feels invisible. Nobody wants the early mornings when your body begs you to stay under the warm blankets, or the late nights when your mind tells you that giving up for today won't hurt. But that silent, unglamorous space, the space where no one is clapping for you and no one is watching, that is where real character is built. Motivation is a lie. Motivation is a reliable friend only when things are easy, sunny, and convenient. But the moment you feel tired, overwhelmed, or defeated, motivation leaves the room. That is why you cannot rely on a feeling to dictate your actions. What you need is relentless, unyielding discipline. Discipline is the ability to execute what needs to be done even when your mind is screaming at you to stop. It is choosing long-term self-respect over temporary pleasure. Every single time you make an excuse, you are actively voting against the person you want to become. Ask yourself honestly, how much longer are you going to keep waiting for the perfect moment? The perfect moment does not exist. There will always be bills to pay, obstacles in your way, bad weather, emotional distractions, and days when you simply do not feel like trying. If you only work on the days when you feel good, you will never build anything meaningful. Real growth happens in the dark, through small, consistent, daily efforts that go completely unnoticed by the rest of the world until the results become impossible to ignore. You don't need a massive, overnight life overhaul. Transformation doesn't happen in one dramatic leap. It happens in the tiny, unsexy decisions you make every single hour. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Put your phone in another room while you work. Read 10 pages of a heavy book. Finish that one difficult project you've been putting off for weeks. When you start building small wins every single day, your mind begins to trust you again. True self-confidence is not born from vanity or positive thinking. It is born from keeping the promises you make to yourself when you are alone. Stop searching for a shortcut. Stop asking for an easier road and start building a stronger backbone. When you stop chasing instant gratification and start honoring the long, painful process of growth, everything around you shifts. You stop seeking validation from people who aren't even going in the same direction as you. You stop caring about cheap opinions, and you start focusing entirely on execution. If these words are hitting you hard right now, it's because a part of you already knows that it is time to change. You know you are capable of so much more than the life you are currently settling for. This channel was not built to sell you false hope, fake promises, or emotional hype. We are here to talk about real life, real struggle, and the hard work required to master yourself. If you value raw truth and real growth, subscribe to this channel right now. Turn on notifications and commit to listening to these reminders every single week to keep your mind grounded and focused. Now close this video. Put down your phone. Stop overthinking and go do the work that your future self is relying on you to complete.